I'm dead. One down, two down, three down, four down. All of them are down. One down. Good job, team. Woo! Let's go! Let's fucking go!
Viewers in chat, let's fucking go.
What's going on, party pals? We have another epic interview this week. He's a legend in this community. This man has served in the military and is a staple in the ultra famous DK crew. When he's not trolling the fields on Battlefield in his 5.0 Bolt, he'll be locking down security on Warzone better than a 12-inch TIG weld. He may not be allowed to fly, but he will smack that ass in either game. And this may be his second interview, guys, but he's certainly first in our hearts. Please welcome the often imitated, but never duplicated, the legendary Mike Golf. What's going on?
What is up?
Let's go. Thanks for having me again, guys.
Oh, dude.
Oh man, I'm excited. Thanks for coming back on, Mike. You know, we our first interview was a different dynamic. This one's a little bit different. And we really appreciate you joining us again, man. And obviously appreciate all the support you've given us, man. It's nothing short of amazing.
Absolutely, man. It's too easy for me to give that support, man. You guys are great.
Oh, that's too kind, baby.
That.
That's too kind. Well, I'll tell you what. Yeah. Why don't we jump into it? And jump in. We want to get a little bit into, really who Mike Golf is, right? I mean, you're such a staple in the DK crew, in this community. Everybody, there's not a person that doesn't love Mike Golf. And so
that's not true.
I disagree. And if they are, fuck them. If there is, fuck them.
Amen.
But first thing, tell us about like Mike Golf growing up. Like, did you play sports, go to school? What was it like growing up as Mike Golf?
Well, obviously my name isn't Mike. It's Patrick.
Damn.
I had a great childhood, man. I grew up playing soccer and baseball. I was into track at one point. I was on an intramural soccer team, which was like travel soccer, so it was like, more competitive.
Yeah.
And I would either play left wing or I would play goalie. I was a better like left forward, even though I'm right-footed. When I was very young, one of my coaches taught me to kick with my left foot, so I can kick with both feet. And nobody was ever left-footed on the team, so they always put me up there on left wing. But yeah, growing up was great, man. I finished high school and had to join the army.
Had to join the army.
Yeah. I was getting into a little bit of trouble in school and out of school, you know, run-ins with the police, like
Yep.
underage drinking and, you know, possession of marijuana, you know,
Yep.
bullshit. And
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
my father had died when in 2001 when I was in ninth grade. So like that's when I kind of you know started to get unhinged.
Yeah.
And once I graduated high school, I'm like, fuck, you know, my grades aren't good enough to go to college. What am I doing? And I'm just hanging out on the street. My grandfather, who was a World War II Saipan veteran,
Oh.
physically came to the house and drug me to the Marine recruiter. And it's like, you're fucking joining the Marines. And so I tried to join the Marines, and I already had tattoos at the time. And I have Irish pride tattooed across my shoulders with a little shamrock on the back of my neck. And when I went to the MEPS, which is the military entrance processing station, they made me put on, you know, a tan t-shirt. And they're like, oh, can we see that tattoo? Yes, we can. You're disqualified. So my grandpa wasn't having that. He took me straight next door to the Army recruiter. And then, so I joined the Army, which was probably one of the best things that ever happened to me.
Oh man, that's an amazing story.
Yeah.
I can picture that. It's almost like a Simpsons episode.
Oh my God. He physically like came and like he was a strong man.
Yeah.
Fucking tough dude. Even, you know, in his older years, he was fucking still strong. He grew up in Kensington, Philadelphia, which is a real tough neighborhood.
Yeah.
Okay.
He physically came and grabbed my arm. Said, let's go, boy. Okay. All right. What am I going to tell him? You know?
Oh god.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
there ain't much you're doing with that. Not a lot. You just got to show up and do it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's awesome. That's awesome. So now, so how long were you in the military?
Well, I joined in 2004, January 2004. That's when I went to basic. And I did 11 years active duty. So I actually 10 years and 364 days. So 1 day short of 11 years. So I got out in January 2015. I did 2 tours in Baghdad, Iraq, a 13-month and a 9-month tour. And my first tour was October 2004 to December 2005. And then my second tour was October 2007 to July 2008. And I was having a lot of problems on that tour. And like, this is like really before, you know, PTSD was real big. It's still early on. And I like the doctors, they think I was having reactions to that. So I'm on like antidepressants and like Klonopin and fucking all these different shit. And I ended up fucking up, and I got medevaced out for psychiatry reasons on my second tour. But a little bit about the tours. I was both tours I did with the 86 Combat Support Hospital out of Fort Campbell. And we were deployed to the Green Zone at IBN Sina Hospital, which is the premier medical treatment facility in all of Iraq. It was actually, fun fact, it was actually Saddam Hussein's like premier hospital. And then,
wow.
Like, you know, we obviously invaded.
We'll take that. Thank you.
Yeah, we took it over for ourselves.
So. Yeah, nice. Now, you know, one of the things I know that being deployed and being overseas and being in that combat environment, I know that there are, you know, veterans see some difficult things. And I heard a story about your deployment. And it was actually a really, really hard, maybe even difficult for you to talk about. But do you want to share this story with us?
Yeah, unfortunately, it happened, and I can't even make it up. So, like I said, we're in the premier medical treatment facility in all of Iraq. Right? We have our own helipad, Black Hawks, and you know, coming in all the time, in and out to you know download casualties or whatever. So, Black Hawk comes in unannounced. We don't know, just lands at the helipad. The pilot walks in, you know, appears to be in pain. This is all like told to me at a later point, like that day or the next day. Like, so I wasn't physically there. I mean, obviously I was in the hospital, but so he walks into the ER, he's complaining of abdominal pains. They take him down to the X-ray and they do abdominal X-ray. Well, here he's got a 12-inch dildo lodged in his ass, right? And he can't get it out. Yes, so they couldn't get it out, so they had to surgically remove him. And with that type of operation, they're not going to do that in Baghdad. Baghdad's dirty. They do all, unless they absolutely have to operate, for lifetime or eyesight, they're going to medevac the guy out. So he got medevac to Landstuhl and got a dildo taken out surgically. So
this guy flew himself to the hospital, walked in on his own 2 feet, unannounced, and said, "Hey guys, I don't know what's going on, but I got some severe abdominal pain."
Apparently, they asked him like, "Hey, what were you doing?" And he's like, "Oh, I was massaging my prostate. My doctor told me to massage my prostate."
His doctor.
That's fair. That's beautiful. Who doesn't need a good old massage?
That's incredible, Mike.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
That was actually one of the better moments in Baghdad. A lot of it was solemn and fucking serious. Yeah. And if anybody wanted to check out some video from my first tour, HBO actually did a documentary about my unit. It's called Baghdad ER. I think maybe for you had said it's like $2 to watch or something.
Yeah, $2 on Amazon Prime, and we'll be watching that absolutely this week before we air this 100%. I watched the trailer for it, and it looks pretty intense. It looks pretty intense, and to think about some of the things that the men and women see over there is very. My heart goes out to them. In watching some of that stuff. So anyway, all right.
Yeah. so you do 11 years with the U.S. Army, and then you mentioned you had some definitely some serious mental health issues that cropped up on you there, and then were you medically released, Mike?
I was medically discharged. When at the end of my 11 years, I reclassed to infantry. Like after my 2 tours, when I came back, I reclassed to infantry from the medical field. So when at the end of my 11 years, I'm an instructor at Fort Benning. It's called IBOLIC, which is Infantry-Based Officer Leadership Course. So I'm an instructor there, working 120-hour weeks. Like it's an 11-week program of instruction, and 8 out of the 11 weeks are in the field, right?
Oh,
and
wow.
There's not that many cadre, right? So we're spread pretty thin. So I was having a lot of problems. I was having panic attacks. I was depressed, and like I couldn't fucking sleep, and like I was in and out of like the mental ward, and like so I got medically discharged, and after that I went home to my mom's, and I wasn't really doing anything, and I got super fucking depressed. Right?
Yeah.
And like I started like experimenting with like illicit drugs, which was fucking terrible for me having PTSD. My psychiatrist later on told me, after my second getting committed, like being in a legit mental ward, locked down. My psychiatrist said, man, like, hey, if you're doing meth or if you're doing Molly, like that shit's like throwing gasoline on a fucking fire inside your brain. Like you're just gonna, like I was literally going fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Right? So I had to get clean. I was almost at suicide. I hate to say it, and 22 vets a day commit suicide. I was almost that statistic. I was literally gonna hang myself from the bridge, the trestle, with Airborne's leash, my dog. And, I was thinking about my mother, and I still had hope. I was like, man, fuck this, I'm better than this.
Yeah.
So I got clean. I got some of the
good for you, man.
It's called cognitive processing therapy. And I got that from one of the best VAs in the nation.
Wow.
from a really good doctor. So I did that. And then I started setting some goals, and I was like, I can't keep living with mom. All right. So first I need a place. Well, what do I want to do? I have this GI Bill. Let me use the GI Bill. Let me go to school. Okay. What do I want to do? And I'm thinking about things like I thought about like video game design. So I really enjoyed playing video games, obviously. But
Yep.
that wasn't for me. Like, I'm not smart enough for that. So then I was thinking, like, well, what can I do with my hands? And what are the stipulations? Like, I can't be standing all fucking day. I can't be doing like hard labor. My back's fucked. Yeah. And like, I kind of want to be left to my own devices, like not have anybody, fucking with me constantly, or you know what I'm saying? I kind of
breathing down your neck all the time.
Yeah, I kind of just want to be able to do my thing. And I was like, man, what about welding? There's some money in welding, and that's a good trade.
Oh yeah.
And so I decided to go to school for welding. I got a place lined up. Came out here. I didn't have a car. Thankfully, there's a bus route that went straight to the school, like right by my house.
Oh, nice.
So for the past 2 years, I got my car like 2 months ago.
Oh,
so
wow.
for the past 2 years before that, I've been riding the bus to and from school, and then coming home and streaming. I had to use like Instacart to get my food and shit. But now I got a car, so like just setting those goals, like getting clean, getting the therapy I needed, and then setting those goals, it kind of just like all stacked up. And like now I'm at a spot in my life finally, 6 years later after getting out of the army, like I'm finally in a spot where like I can progress forward, and I feel good. I'm off all that fucking medication the VA was giving me. At one point, I was on 17 different medications.
Damn.
I'm trying to take. I'm literally taking medications to counteract other medication side effects. That's like how bad it was. And I got all those psychotropic drugs. You want to know what I use now? Marijuana.
There you go.
That's all I need. I use it as my mood stabilizer.
Yeah.
And it works fucking great. It's like when I start to get panicky or, like shaky, hit the marijuana. It's like everything goes from to
like we're all right. Like we're okay.
And it's like, okay.
Nice.
Dude, that's amazing.
100%.
That's amazing.
That is awesome. So now when you were going through this, you and I have had a discussion, well, we all have had that discussion about you're going through that darkness and you're struggling through it, and you met somebody and you met a group through video games, and you had mentioned some elements that helped you. Do you want to touch on that for us?
Yeah, and I kind of left that out because I knew you were going to bring this up.
That's fair.
When I said like setting goals and doing all these things.
Yes.
Another thing that helped me out a lot was meeting SoCal and the crew. And I met SoCal Love on Battlefield 5, right?
Okay.
When it first came out. Conquest multiplayer. And I joined on the server. I didn't really play anybody. I'm just playing by myself. I joined a team, and we're getting our fucking ass whooped like 4 games in a fucking row. And after the first game, I'm top of the leaderboard every time on my team. After the first game, I'm like, man, DK, who the fuck are these guys? Because there was like probably 6 or 7 or even 8 of them, on the other team. I'm like, man, and like I would be, running to the objective, and then here comes a full squad of 4, killing me. I'm like, man, they run a fucking tight squad. Right? So I found out SoCal was like the head leader, and this is before he even started streaming. Maybe he just started streaming like that month or the month before, and so he was still really small. I messaged him. I said, "Hey man, you run tight group, GGs, like do you got a spot?" And he said, "Hey man, if you can stick with the squad, whatever, we'll give you a tryout." And I did, and I started playing with him more and more, and he's streaming. And what helped me playing with those guys, and we played a lot, was like the camaraderie that I was missing from the army,
Yeah.
that it kind of transferred over from the game, and I was kind of getting that camaraderie fix that I was so used to, that I was so missing. I think a lot of that's missed when they get out, is that like brotherhood. I got it.
Mm-hmm.
I got it from playing with that group, and that's why I'm still here, man. Playing
That's
with these
beautiful,
guys.
man. Like that story is so inspiring, man. And that could happen to a lot of folks with video games, and a lot of people don't put too much stock in the social benefits that come with video games, but there's a lot, and hearing that really reinforces that for me. One thing I wanted to ask you about is tell us about the trip, man, to Texas with the guys, and what that did for you guys. And man, it looks so fun.
Oh, it was amazing. And like, so before I start,
Mm-hmm.
my mom and my brother, when I told them about it, my oldest brother, and he's a businessman,
Mm-hmm.
very smart. He got a full math scholarship to Notre Dame.
Oh
He
wow.
works, with insurance companies and like Johnson and Johnson, and so
Yeah.
he's
Mm-hmm.
not like any regular slash. He's like, it's a
Yeah.
scam. It's a scam. My
What, this
mom,
trip?
yeah, the trip. He's like, it's a scam.
Okay.
My mom is like, how are you gonna go and stay with people that you've never met before? How can you trust them? This, and this. And I'm like, I feel like I already know these fools in real life, right? And
Mm-hmm.
that shit was proven as soon as I got to the airport. Pac, Harley, and Pac's wife are there waiting, right?
Mm-hmm.
As soon as I go up to him, it wasn't like, hi, I'm Patrick. What's your name? It was like, yo, what up, dog? And it was like hugs, man. And it was like that for everybody. For
Oh.
Benji, Fierce, Kenshin, when they pulled up, it was like, yo, what up? We here. And then,
Mm-hmm.
for Cal to do that, man, that's big time. And the place was fucking epic. It was baller. CC Ball, like spent like $2,500 on food or some
Wow.
there was so much fucking food there. You know, it was awesome. We ended up renting jet skis. We took jet skis out for a whirl. We were playing beer pong. We were drinking. We were fucking laughing, having fun. And, that did a lot for the group because it kind of solidified us, right?
Yep.
And, Cal had told us some plans that he's got in the works. I don't want to,
No.
anything for him.
Yeah.
But he was, pumping this up like, hey, I want to keep this going. And you guys are now part of the team. And for him to do that and for us to hear that in person, it's like, all right, let's go. We on the BK team.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's a big future here for you guys.
Yes.
That is absolutely amazing. It's wow. And so now one of the things I wanted to touch back and just say is, I think you sharing your story, sharing some of the depression side, some of the things, and then the highlights, right? The highlights of meeting the crew and going to Dallas, and being a part of that. It helps a lot of people because there's a lot of us out there. I'm in the same boat as you. I deal with that shit nonstop. And I know a lot of people do. And what a great story to tell, Mike. Honestly, what a great story to tell, and let people know it's okay. And we all go through it. You're not alone. You're not alone, and there's always light at the end of that damn tunnel. That's quite amazing. That is
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That's real life right there, guys.
I'm happy to be here, man. Honestly, because I was in a grim spot at one point. And I'm happy to be here, man. I'm happy every day to wake up, and I'm blessed to have like these type of friends in my life and these type of people. You surround yourself with good people, good things are going to happen. When I'm out being a dirtbag doing meth or Molly, around bad people, bad shit's going to fucking happen. So, you kind of reap what you sow, so to speak.
Oh, that's
and it doesn't just come. There has to be hard work. Like, it took fucking hard fucking work going to fucking therapy, doing exposure therapy on my own, and fucking breathing techniques and fucking airborne. Oh man, what she's done for me. So I'm happy to be here, man. And if there's any vets out there thinking about suicide, don't do it, man. There's still hope.
That's awesome, man. That just that
Or,
turns
Dude,
out.
I got.
you don't
I'm
even
vibrating.
you don't even have to be a vet. If you're thinking about suicide, don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do
No.
it.
Don't do it. Message us. Message Mike. Message somebody. Somebody
Yeah.
cares about you.
For
Guaranteed.
Oh,
Yep.
that touches the old heartstrings, baby. That touches the old.
I know. I'm sitting here just shaking, man.
Yeah, Mike, that's quite an amazing story. That's quite an amazing story. So, what about? Let's get to your gaming. So you've gone from Warzone. Now, where are you playing Battlefield? I know you're back and forth between the two. What inspired you to kind of go over to the Battlefield realm?
Well, I've always, let's see, when I started gaming, I guess I started playing Call of Duty. So I think COD 4 was my first Call of Duty. And then my businessman brother introduced me to Battlefield. I think it was Battlefield 4. So I really liked the destructive environment aspect, and like the team-based game modes like Conquest, Breakthrough, Rush, whatever it is. So, and Battlefield 5 was amazing. I had so much fun on that game. So it's a no-brainer for me to give this Battlefield a try.
Yeah. Nice. Now, are you going to keep playing it? Are you going to bounce back and forth? Do you have like a schedule of what you're going to do between Warzone and Battlefield?
I think I'm going to be playing both. Especially when the new map Caldera comes out for Warzone, I'll probably go heavy in it for a little bit.
Yeah,
sure,
couple weeks, but I'll definitely be on Battlefield and grinding, and I play the objective PTFO, baby.
Oh, so
yeah. Stay the fuck out of that bolt.
Yeah, and do not spawn in my bolt, bro. Do it.
You want to see Mike get mad?
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Man, you are toxic. Toxic in that thing. I watched you the other day, and I'm not lying to you. I'm yelling. I'm watching your stream. I'm like, hey, what's up, Mike, motherfucking crazy? Right? We talk, we shoot the shit, and you jump in a boat, and I just clam up, and I start yelling at the stream, get out of the boat! Get out of the boat, Mike! Get out of the... Good! And you just wrecking everything.
Well, it's so overpowered. I think they nerfed some of the splash damage, but it's still way overpowered. But like my strategy in that is like, if there's an enemy objective that's like in our area, the thought process is the enemy's going to be spawning on there. So I call it a perch. I'll go perch up, off cap, right? And literally, you see all these guys just popping up spawning, and I'm just
30 millimeters.
Oh my god, it's devastating. And
it is.
They spawn in and they're dead. And like,
it's over, Johnny.
What I want to do is get in like a squad of 4, like have 4 people, and get in 2 bolts. Have 2 drivers.
Oh my
drivers,
god!
And then go around together. Though you can literally defeat tanks and wildcats with the bolt.
Oh yeah!
They see me rolling. They hate it.
Oh yeah! No, it's amazing. Those bolts, they are overpowered, and the problem is you can't hit them. They're so damn fast. You literally
little
can't,
road runners,
because you have to put. I run the rocket launcher, and you literally have to aim 40 meters in front of them, but all they do is take a left, and so it's like, well, you bastards.
Yeah.
Oh man!
Oh my god!
I think the most effective countermeasure against the bolt is like getting sniped out as the gunner.
Ooh, okay.
Is all it takes one snipe if the hit registers work.
There you go.
There's a caveat there for sure.
Yeah, definitely a caveat.
Absolutely. But Mike, we appreciate you. We appreciate you being a part of this community, being you. I'll be honest with you, you're one of my favorite people I've ever met in the gaming world.
I appreciate that, man.
I do. I love tuning in. I love watching you. I love how you do things. I love your stream. And I want to thank you so much for supporting our show and supporting what we do and being there for us, and coming back for a second time and sharing a big story. I mean, this is real life, and thank you so much for sharing your story with us, man.
Absolutely. I'm happy to be here, like I said, and you guys just keep killing it, man. Keep killing it.
We appreciate it, baby.
We appreciate that 100%, man. Excited for what the future is bringing all of us. We're all having fun doing what we love, and it's amazing. It really is.
Yep, I agree.
All right, brother. Well, you have a wonderful day, and we'll check you out later, brother.
Thanks, guys.
Later, Mike.
Peace.
Well, peace.